Good afternoon, good evening, good morning, everyone, everywhere, depending on where and when you are joining Africa Online TV. Today it is a beautiful, warm, sunny Mother's Day here in my neck of the woods. What's it looking like in your neck of the woods? This month we are starting our our STEAM, I believe. Today we're going to talk about the S, and that is social media, which began in the late 1990s is when we began to get online and get active with more than just beepers. And the social media platform has exploded. And I'm thinking about one particular movie, The Core, where they wanted this young man to control the network, and he says no one controls the network. It's impossible. Can you imagine that we have something that we use, that we created, humans created, and we have no control over it? It has its mind, almost as a mind of its own. Social media, generally recognized as a media platform where we can engage and talk and share with one another, share ideals, share greetings. No one goes to the store and buy cards anymore. It's all done on social media. And we're going to talk about the good and the bad of it. But right now, we're going to turn this over to my co-host, Professor Nia-san, for the editorial of the day. Good afternoon, my brother. How are you? And what's it looking like in your neck of the woods?
Warm and getting hotter. It's 82 degrees now in Maryland, well, in Bowie. So let me say that. And I want to say welcome back and happy Mother's Day to you and to all the women on this program. That being said, greetings to everyone. It is with a very heavy heart that I come on this program this afternoon or this day, this Sunday, the 10th day of May. That said, a bosom friend and former classmate and colleague, Njomo Kevin, let go of his microphone yesterday morning in Cameroon. Unfortunately, yes, Njomo Kevin exited this world yesterday. As Simon and Garfunkel sing in that their song, he was my brother, tears cannot bring him back to me. Njomo Kevin and I attended St. Joseph's College Sase in Cameroon together from September 1965 and later worked together in Radio Cameroon, Buea Station, in the 1980s before the outfit became what is known today as the Cameroon Radio Television Corporation, CRTV. With that, we say rest in peace, dear friend, dear brother, and may God take care. With that, we want to remind you, our audience, that it is May 10th, 2026. This is the 130th day of the year. That leaves us with 235 days in 2026. It is the 52nd day of spring, Ambassador Lisa. That means that we still have 42 more days before we see summer. So don't worry yet. Things are getting better day by day. Record keepers and historians tell us that for many families around the world and throughout history, it has traditionally been the mother who has the often thankless job of keeping the family and household running, starting with lending their bodies to house babies before they are even born. That thinking continues. Mothers tend to give up a lot of their time for their families and are rarely given the accolades they deserve. That is even more worrisome because Mother's Day had to be instituted because we had to give them accolades. That is even more reason why Mother's Day, occurring today, May 10th, is the perfect opportunity each year to remind moms all over the world how much they care for us and how much we love them, appreciate them, and notice them. We are further told that it was in 1914 that the day was made official by US President Woodrow Wilson, and since then, Mother's Day has been celebrated on the second Sunday in the month of May. We join our thoughts, hearts, and minds together today to celebrate our mothers. So, when Guinean writer Camaralei wrote that poem in his book, Femme Noire, or The African Child, Femme Noire, a poem he dedicated to his mother, said, Femme Noire, Femme Africaine, or ma mère. African woman, Black woman, or my mother. And Cameroonian Nigerian musician Prince Nico Mbarega sang his song, Sweet Mother. Sweet mother, I no go forget you. Okay, I don't know. I'm not a good singer, so don't worry. So we say, Happy Mother's Day to all mothers around the world. Today, May 10th, on this program, we will do just that and even more by giving a shout out to that woman or those women who, in their own time, nurtured and pampered us into who we are today. We must remember that they took our tantrums with a smile, went hungry just so we might have a full stomach, and spent sleepless nights when our body temperature was too high. We owe them honest appreciation for being there for us when we came crying our way into the world. Why not? This Sunday, May 10th, therefore, we also are going to go to our regular program. We'll visit the letter S, you heard Ambassador Lisa say, in our home-brewed acronym, STEW. That S is social media, and it is our way of seeing the world as it is. But dictionaries tell us that social media are websites and applications that enable users to create and share content or to participate in social networking. James Smith, author, personal trainer, and social media influencer, whom I came across during my readings, says and sees social media, quote, as digital platforms and applications that enable people to create, share, and exchange information, ideas, and content. It connects users globally, allowing interaction through text, images, and videos. Other writers and thinkers say very much the same thing. Quote, social media refers to online platforms and applications that enable users to create and share content or participate in social networking. Social media connects people across geographic boundaries throughout the world, and they share texts, they share images, they share videos, and they live with those interactions. This tells us that from staying in touch with friends to promoting businesses, social media offers an open space for connection, connectivity, and collaboration as these platforms encourage two-way communication and community engagement, making them different from traditional media channels. Social media can thus be said to offer us a vibrant space wherein individuals and businesses connect, tell stories, and inspire that inevitable thing called change. However, like every human creation, social media are often used for nefarious purposes, as opined by this Cameroonian academician whom I met online the other day, Professor Wilbrod Zengwa of Heritage University Institute in Biyamasi in Cameroon, Yaoundé, and whom he says, social media have become a powerful mirror of our society, reflecting not only our creativity and unity, but also our anger, frustrations, impatience, and at times our worst instincts, such as intimidation, bullying, and abusive language. The eminent professor recommends that we not only that social media not only destroy our humanity by succumbing to social media trivialities, but that we should learn to accept those things with some form of media and some form of hard breaks. We should not give up but we should accept it. Sorry, he concludes, quote, "It is time to restore self-discipline and order in order online behavior, in our online behavior, rather, not through silence, but through conscious responsibility in speech and conduct." At this point, I'm going to turn to the chair of Africa Online Media Corporation, Her Royal Highness Reverend Dr. Pam Fumunu, to welcome us all to the discussion and to let us get the show going. Reverend?
Yeah, thank you so much for pressing your way, even in your grief, to come and do this show. Those type of friends are rare. You went to secondary school with him, got into the same field, and you guys stayed in touch, and you were expecting him in the US next week, and now he's gone. So on behalf of Africa Online Media Corporation, and personally, I want to extend my sincere condolences to you and to the Njomo family. We're going to lift them up in prayers. And Ambassador Lisa, we thank God for joining Mercy. Welcome back. You went to Nigeria, the most populous country in Africa, and came back looking so refreshed, 10 years younger. That tells you there's no place like home.
No place like home.
Yeah, I want to welcome all our viewers, those who are watching live on YouTube, those who are going to watch on Facebook. Yes, we are tackling the S in our stew, under social media. And social media has its pros and cons. And unfortunately, the cons are too loud. They drown the pros. It's unfortunate. Because in this day and age, unlike people like Niason who went to the School of Journalism, there are so many reporters, social media reporters, self-appointed reporters. And a lot of the times they don't vet what they put out there. They put rubbish, they put garbage, and some of them out of ignorance, they put things, they see stuff, especially with AI now. AI has made things even more complicated because somebody can put your picture and your voice and you have no idea that they are using that. So we live in some very, very risky times, and we all have to stay tech savvy. We are encouraging everybody to get with the program, to learn artificial intelligence and stay at the cutting edge of technology, and don't be left behind. So I'm going to hand over to you, Ambassador Lisa. On your way, a quick question. In going to Nigeria, did you use social media before you travel while you were there, and maybe to communicate with your host? WhatsApp is a popular one. There's Facebook, and what's Facebook but over WhatsApp. Did you look for fairs on social media or on the internet? Tell us what you did.
Oh, thank you, Reverend Pam. No, I did not use a lot of social media. I didn't post anything at all about my trip going or while I was there. I believe that that is a very dangerous thing to do.
Yeah.
So I will not post any pictures or anything that happens until maybe a week after I am back home in my actual home.
Wise decision.
Yes, because I don't want people to know that I'm out of the country, how long I'm out of the country, and when people who know where you live and know things about you like that, things can happen. So
Oh yeah.
I don't leave anything up to chance. I don't post pictures. So when I was coming back from JFK, no, let me answer your question. No, I didn't use social media. I did use WhatsApp to communicate with my host, to communicate with both my hosts, actually, the one who was actually hosting me and the one who was picking me up while I was in Lagos and making sure I get to the airport the next day and things like that. Even when we did not have internet or we didn't have data for internet, I was able to still use social media. I don't know. I could send all my messages and we could be riding past somebody that may have had some data and some internet, and I find that my messages had gone through. So it seems like WhatsApp works whether you have data or not, which I was very grateful for, because I got my phone unlocked before I left, so I would be able to make a phone call if necessary. And I was
Bless you.
unable to. Thank you. I was unable to make any phone calls. My computer, my laptop did not work. I tried to do my banking and transfer money. It was all my bank accounts were blocked. Even though I called the bank before I left, I told them when I would be leaving, what countries I would be going to. There was no problem using there was no problem using the ATMs, but I couldn't get the banks online. Because now, which I do like, because you mentioned that social media with the AI, they can take your voice and your picture and make you think you've done something. But now your banks are asking, we're sending you a code on your phone, or they're calling, and you have to be able to answer, that code. The banks were sending me codes, but they were not registering on my phone. So I was trying to get my girlfriend to do my banking for me. We couldn't get the code because my phone was with me. So in a way, it was a good thing and a bad thing. I just had to pay some bills late. But Nigeria does not take credit cards. No credit cards, not even at the airport. And I did not know that before I left. I didn't see it on the website for the embassy or the consulate. And I said I was going to write them and let them know they need to put that
What do
there.
you mean by they don't take any credit card? Maybe it's just where you went to.
No. Well, no, because they did not take it in the supermarket. They did not take it at the airport. The airport, I had to go get to the ATM and get cash. And the ATMs were only giving out like 10,000 naira per transaction. So my plane ticket from Warri to Lagos was $87. I had to make 6 transactions of 10,000 naira. The bank only allowed me to do 5. Now I got to go to another ATM at another bank to try and get the other 2.
Yeah, that happened to us. But the hotel we stayed in, that was 2024. They do take credit cards and debit cards, but the ATM was giving us only 9,000 naira at a time. So
Yes.
maybe it's something new. But mobile banking had been in Africa long before Zelle came here. And before mobile banking came here. In 2003, they were using mobile banking when I was in Nigeria. So, but so you were able to use your WhatsApp whether you had data or not, right?
Yes. That's what it seems like. Yes.
Pastor Lisa,
So,
let me ask you one quick question.
yes.
When you talk of withdrawing $10,000, how do you carry that?
No.
10,000 naira.
Naira, yeah, naira. How do you carry that amount of money?
Actually, like I said, because and they only give 1,500 or 200 bills. They were no longer printing and making the 50,000s, no longer making the 20,000. So the
Because
banks
of counterfeit. Because of counterfeit.
Yeah,
Yeah.
so the banks were only giving you 1,500 or 200. So the stack that was coming out of the machine was so big. And then so you carry around plastic bags. That's what they did. We put the money in plastic bags.
Okay.
Yes.
I was wondering.
It doesn't go in your wallet. It's too big to go into your money belt.
Yeah, but Lisa, you had to even do that because you don't have their local money, mobile money. Most people in Nigeria, Africa, they do mobile transfer, so they don't even carry cash, which is risky.
Yeah. So what I would do was I would get cash and I would keep some cash on me, and then I would divide others between both my hosts, the husband and the wife. So whichever one I was with, they had money on their cards to be able to shop and do whatever I need. I can't remember. We didn't get me a card because we had to go through biometrics, go to the bank and all those other things. I was just easy to just, carry the cash. And then my host in Lagos just paid for everything. I just asked him this morning to send me the summary of my bill so I can get cash to send back to him. So I was not so concerned. But when I was there in 2020, before the pandemic, they took my credit card at the supermarket. I could pay for my airplane ticket. I could go to the stores, and I never had to worry about having so much cash. But to get there and find out no international, I kept saying, this is an international credit card. It's valid. There's nobody, no stores. So
bad people have made that happen. That bad eggs that spoil everything else.
Yes, there are.
Yeah, that's a problem.
As a matter of fact, Rampay, when you were talking about the counterfeit, I was watching the girl in the market count the money, and she was counting it and looking at certain things, the way they count the money. So I was waiting for her to finish. I could ask her what she was looking for, and she was saying that she was looking for counterfeit bills.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, so I'm like,
that's why in Cameroon they have 10,000 francs. In Nigeria they don't have 10,000 naira. bill because of counterfeits,
Yes. So carrying around, even when I got cash transfer, you know, converted, they brought it to me in a small plastic bag because it was so many bills.
Yes. Yeah. Well,
And
at least you got there when they had more money. When we got there in 2024, physical money was scarce. It was hard to
oh,
find because
wow.
they had tried to switch the bills and they did
Yes.
not plan it well. So the
No.
old bills had been taken out and the new bills were not enough. It was a nightmare.
Yes. So I had lots of Naira I took back with me. I never exchanged money because I'm always traveling, so I just keep it. But I made sure I took all my
Mhm.
old bills and I made sure I spent all the old bills while I was there and came home with only new bills. So whenever they do get rid of the old bills, I won't be stuck with a whole bunch of Naira. So
Yeah.
that
All
is
right.
part
Let's get
of,
back to social
yeah, I would say,
media.
but that's part of the social media
Mhm.
aspect as well, how we are even able to conduct our financial business on social media. Now, I was looking up, since we were talking about social media, and there are over 100 million registered users. 100 million people are using the different various forms of Twitter, YouTube, Venmo, Tumblr, Pinterest, WhatsApp,
Mhm.
Facebook. There are so many different variations of social
Don't
media.
forget Instagram.
Oh, and Instagram that we are now using. And how do you keep up with LinkedIn? There's LinkedIn, there's Threads. How do you keep up with all of these? I personally don't try to. I'm not trying to be in the incorrect. I just seen something when I was looking at it called PeerTube. I'm like, well, what the heck is PeerTube? What is Dribble? So I stick to the very basics. I just
Mhm.
stick to Facebook, WhatsApp. Like I said, WhatsApp has been a lifesaver because
Because
without it,
of the free calls, you forgot Telegram. China banned WhatsApp. You know, they have their
oh,
own version of WhatsApp in China,
oh, okay.
and Google. If I'm not mistaken, you can't use Google. My brother is currently in China. Even I think they have their own. You can use OneDrive, but not Google in China.
You use OneDrive. Is OneDrive a social media platform?
No, I was just talking about, it's a storage. It's a cloud storage. But that's part of social
Oh,
media. Yeah, but no, I was just saying that, WhatsApp, which is a social media platform, is
yes.
banned in China, you know.
Oh, it's banned in China.
Yeah, and then talking about banning, TikTok is a Chinese social media which
Yes.
they were trying to ban here, but there are so many people using it, it may not get banned.
Yeah, I do know the fight. I didn't know exactly why, but TikTok they were trying to give because they were saying it was a way to infiltrate our information and national securities issues. But isn't that what all these social media platforms are doing? Infiltrating secrecy and security and all other things. People are so careless sometimes in what they're talking about, what they're sharing. You think it's just between you and the person that you're speaking with, but it's putting it out there for the whole entire world. It's on an internet. You delete it, but it's still out there somewhere in cyberspace. You got to be very, very careful how you use social media. And I think, oh, always been a mature, even when I was a young adult, I was a mature person. So I would not have been sending any old kind of pictures and saying any old kind of thing. And, I walk down the street and there are kids who are just dancing and things in the street. And I'm like, what are they doing? And then you get up closer and they're filming themselves to put themselves on TikTok.
TikTok. Yeah.
They're putting where they're located. They're standing on street corners with street signs behind them, telling where they're located at. And
That
I'm like, they're
that
not even
is
being
terrible.
careful.
Now I'm saying that's so dangerous.
It,
Somebody was robbed. A family was
yes.
robbed. And that was on the news a few years ago. And they asked the thieves, "How did you know that they were not home?" They said the family members put it on social media.
Hmm?
You know, so they were able to come to the house while they were out and rob them.
Mhm. I'm going on vacation. See you later. I'm in St. Bart's. You know, St. Bart's ain't around the corner, and you're not coming back around the corner in a minute. So yeah, they have time to go and even when we do certain webinars, we're very careful to make sure that everyone is making sure their background has no family pictures. There's nothing
Mhm.
that will indicate who your family members are, because people are watching to pick up on little things uh, like that. So we must be very careful using social media of our surroundings. Don't just say, I'm going to make a TikTok video and I'm going to get out there and I'm going to dance. No, you're exposing yourself to human trafficking. Human trafficking is very big, and social media is one of the ways that they find a lot of victims on social media. They're promising you jobs and all kinds of things. We're giving you scholarships for school. I was just on a human traffic webinar this week after I got back, and they were talking about some of the ways that a lot of people in East Africa were being trafficked through social
Yeah.
media. You
Oh
think
yeah.
you're befriending a friend, or you think you're talking to a 17-year-old boy while you're a 17-year-old girl, and you're talking to a 53-year-old man who is tricking you and talking to you, and next thing you know, you're on your way to somewhere to meet them, and then you're kidnapped, sex trafficked, taken to a country that you've never known about, don't know how to get back home. It's there's, like you said, there's good, bad in both social media, and uh, we just have to be very careful. And we got to talk to our children.
Yeah, but social media has united people. I've
Yes.
watched children that were separated at birth, a mother and child being separated, siblings finding each other, loved ones finding each
Yes.
other, classmates, class reunion, like a lot of WhatsApp group. So there are some good things, but let's hear from Nia Song. He's been quite kind of quiet.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, the fact is that social media, as soon as it came, people began to think that they know better than everybody else, and they use it for purposes that were not intended. Many
Mm-hmm.
people come on social media not because they want to circulate information, transmit information, but because they want to dupe people. They want to fool people. They want to tell people wrong things, which is very bad, because social media is not meant or was not intended to be a tool to tear people down. It was meant as a unifying factor of social coexistence, so that people could live together, share
Where's
information,
Ambassador Lisa?
and be together as people who know each other. You know a person, and you share your information with that person confidently, aware that that person is not going to use it for other purposes other than sharing good information and making you feel better, not bad. So social media has, as every other human created thing, its bad side and its good side.
Yes.
The bad side seems to be overshadowing the good side, because people think that they are only the only people who are right. Others think that the only people who are wrong, or well, they think that other people are wrong. As somebody said earlier, last century, last year, or last a few years ago, some huge person or whatever may just be hiding in a basement and churning out information which is not right, making you panic for no reason, making you stressed for no reason. But that was not the original purpose of social media.
No.
It was meant to make the community better than it has ever been. But we're seeing what we're seeing. And many people are warning us to be careful before you hit on on what is it, a button?
A link.
A link. Yeah, before you hit on a link.
Oh, yes.
So
Mm-hmm.
please don't just hit on that link, because they may be taking you to hell rather than to purgatory.
Don't even bring purgatory into this conversation. You don't want us to go there.
No, I don't want us to go there.
Yeah.
There is a movie that, if you haven't seen it, I would highly recommend watching. It's a movie called The Beekeeper with Jason Statham.
Oh, I've watched it like 5 times.
Yes, I watched it. I watched it about 4 or 5
Felicia
times.
Rashad. Felicia Rashad is in the
But
movie.
yes, yes, where she gets duped
And she killed herself.
and she
Scammers.
kills herself because she's lost all her money. She's lost this foundation's $1 million,
$2 million that she
$2
was
million.
keeping for
She
a
lost her
non-profit.
foundation's money.
Mhm.
And but Jason Statham was staying with her, and he traced it back and found this corporation all the way back. It was the president's son who set up this corporation where they were just stealing people's money.
But the president
And
did not know. She did not know that that's what her son was doing.
nope, a young man, and this is what he was
Mhm.
doing, offices. But Jason Statham, he took care of business. So, but I highly recommend watching that because you need to be careful. They're
Mhm.
telling you, oh, we need to remotely access your computer. No, you don't. No, thank you.
Actually, the last couple of days I've been watching this. They call them Trilogy Media, and one of the guys is from Russia. The other one is American, but the Russian guy is an American, so he can't go to Russia. He said they will arrest him, but he was a former athlete. I've not looked him up or anything, but they go after scammers, especially romance scammers. So
Oh,
so these scammers are using social media to
mm-hmm.
scam elderly people. They
Yep.
target people who are lonely, who are widows or widowers. I'm telling you, and it's amazing how some of these people have been sending money to these people for more than 8 years. You've
Wow.
never met the person. They use real people's pictures. Those are some of the challenges with social media.
Mm-hmm.
It's terrible. It's terrible.
Well, let me just talk for a minute about the positive side of
Good.
social media. We've talked about some of the bad things and some of the hangups, but one of the good things about social media is that I owe my entire international ministry to social media. So,
Awesome.
some years ago, back in 94, 93, somewhere around there, I met my little big brother, my little Kenyan brother, on social media on a site called Christian Pen Pals.
Oh
And
wow.
and we began to write each other. I've met my firstborn Ugandan son on Christian Pen Pals. And
Mm,
then my first sister, she had been lonely and she was telling one of her members about it. And he said, well, there's this site called Christian Pen Pals. She said, well, take me to it. Back then, you had to go to the internet cafe. And he took
mhm,
her to the internet cafe and they went through women, pictures, 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 pictures. And she said, she fell on my picture. She said, that's the one I want to write. And she sent me a
mhm,
message through Christian Pen Pals and I answered her back. And to hear her tell it, she said, I went running down the street hollering, I got a friend. I have a friend. And in 2005, I took my first trip to Kenya and Uganda
mhm.
and actually met my brother and sister face to face. After we talked for a year, I got invited to Kenya to come and preach. Pastor David and Monique invited me to come across the border to Uganda and preach. And that was the beginning of my international ministry right there with Kenya and Uganda, which is why my heart is so very close. That I've got 9 sons in Uganda now as a
Awesome.
result of social media. So, yeah, social
That,
media
that
was
that
very
that
good.
that is so sweet, and just piggybacking in that, in 2017, I moved on my operations virtually using Zoom, and our organizations are all virtual. Like we are here now. You are in Philadelphia. Nia Song is in Bowie. I'm in Texas, and we don't meet. We usually maybe once a year, but we are
Right.
able to work together. And even when I met you in Atlanta, it didn't even dawn on me that we had never met in person. Until you brought it, it did not even click. I felt like, oh, we had already met, but we had not met in person.
Right.
And so
Hmm.
we're able to have footprints in 4 of the 5 regions because of social media,
Yes.
which social media, most of it depend on the internet. So we still thank President Bill Clinton for releasing the internet to the public because it was initially designed for the military use. But I'm just saying it's not everything. There are a lot of good things about social media. It's just that, like, as we said, the bad things are so loud, they drown the good things. There are even people who have fallen in love and gotten married, still
Yes.
married through social media. So,
Yes. Yes.
yeah, and okay, like Nia Song, so is my bosom friend who just passed away. That information is going to be shared mostly on social media. I mean, their class WhatsApp forum, on tribal WhatsApp forum. A lot of people are going to know about it even before the news is broadcast. So,
Yes. And the other thing good about social media, even though it was a difficult, I'm assuming a difficult situation, I was able to be here. I'm actually not back in Philadelphia yet, but I was able to be here in Trenton, New Jersey, share with Reverend Pam, who was in Texas, her grandfather's homegoing, which was
That's
back in
right.
Cameroon. I was able to see and share and take part in the homegoing of the prince
Mm-hmm.
in Cameroon because of social media. We were in three different locations, and I was able to
That's right.
share with her they sent her grandfather home, which was a blessing to me.
Yeah,
No,
talk about
thank
that.
you.
And don't forget to mention Zoom, because thanks to Zoom, we're able to do all that. I know I'm not promoting their business, but all the same, they came and they helped us to start what we do now.
Yes.
During the pandemic, we were able to not attend classes physically, but we were able to use Zoom to receive our lectures and things, or deliver our lectures, depending on on what side of the fence you were. So Zoom has also been one of those what do you call it? Links.
Platforms, streaming.
Very,
Yeah,
very good platforms.
one of the
Yeah,
platforms that has made it possible for good things to happen. Although
Yes.
some people, of course, always try to use it wrongly.
yeah, when Zoom was originally designed, it wasn't designed for what we are using it today. The
Yes.
pandemic came, and I remember that time they were looking for like 300 engineers just to keep up with the demands. I started using Zoom in 2017. I wish I had a business mind at that time to even buy their shares. So Zoom still remains one of the most popular streaming platforms. And they had to make adjustments even for music and all those, because initially it wasn't designed like that. It was designed as a meeting a platform. But
Okay.
Zoom, we've been using that since 2017 on this program for our broadcast. We use it for even our STEM program. We use it for meetings, all our meetings.
What's she doing?
What's that?
Many lecture,
That's
many,
Apostle
many,
Esther. She says hello and happy Mother's Day, Reverend Pam.
Same to you, Apostle Esther. Happy
yeah,
Mother's Day.
Yes.
many.
Mother's Day.
Oh, thanks, thank.
Take my
Well,
shirt.
I think we should take a minute and also talk about Mother's Day. Just a minute,
Yes, we will.
Yes,
Mic is open.
Mother's Day is today, and
Here comes Dr. Ogoji.
I'll talk to you.
Okay.
I was wishing all mothers happy Mother's Day. It is very
Yes.
important because they welcomed us into the world. They carried us in their wombs. They delivered us. They gave us birth, and then, of course, they tolerated our tantrums. They withstood every inconvenience that we could give them. But then, mothers are the great nurturers of all.
Yes.
Nobody will say that they don't have a mother. Even if you don't have a physical mother, you have a spiritual mother. So please,
But how
mothers.
can they not have a physical mother? How did they get into this world? Please.
Well, they claim
You
that they
mean,
don't
I
have
think you
physical
mean
mothers.
that they passed on?
Yeah.
If they no longer have a physical
Yeah.
mother, but
They
but
had one before. They had one before.
So,
This America, two husbands get children these days. So don't say.
oh my God,
Dr. Ogoji, don't take us there. Don't take us there.
Yeah, you are right. Yeah.
No,
Some
two
of them
husbands have babies these days, so you can't make any argument,
No, you are right. But that they didn't give birth to the child. They use a woman's womb. Yeah. You are right, because the two men, one of them will call themselves a mother. So, Dr. Ogoji, we are talking about the social media, the S in our stew. Dr. Ogoji.
Yes, I'm here.
I said we are talking about social media, the pros and the cons. So let's hear from you.
Well, social media, the pros. Let me start with the pros. At least I remember those days when I was in University of Ibadan, less than about 30 years ago, or 25 years ago. For me to talk to my brothers that live in Italy, they have to go to somebody's house to receive phone call.
No. Yeah, that was the same thing in Cameroon.
I go to somebody's house who has a land phone. My brother will call him, he will call, and I will talk to him. So that's the only way to communicate. You go down to people's houses and talk to them. Unlike now that we have not only have phone in our hands, we have the social media. You can even talk to somebody and
free.
see them live. So it has made communication very, very easy.
That's true.
People no longer seem to be afar. You do video call and you talk to people, and you talk to your mom, talk to your dad, talk to your siblings, talk to your family, and see people live. So that's a plus. You have made communication very, very easy. Number two, it has created a lot of employment opportunity for people. A lot of people now work in the tech industry because of social media. Number three is a big market. Now, if you want to do, if you have anything to sell, you can just say, hey, I have this stuff to sell. I put it on the social media, somebody will buy it. Number four, education. I remember those days of COVID-19. My son once said, Daddy, tell me not to use the computer, That computer is bad, computer is bad. Now, we are studying in the computer. So it's part of life.
Yes,
Part of life. So it's
that's
all
it.
part of social media. So it has made life easy, made connection easy, and made a lot of young people nowadays, they meet their future husband, their future spouses through social media. Employment, most employers now, if you apply for a job, they put your name on social media and look at what you're posting. They will know your social view, your views about stuff. That's why people like us you don't find on social media because I don't want people to know my views. I have some very strong views that people may or may not like. So I don't put those on social media because that may affect employment opportunity if you need them. So it's a good thing. On the other hand, a lot of pros, a lot of cons. So one of my kiddos is really old school. He doesn't talk. He hates things about. So he's an old school kid. So keep on telling me about how social media has destroyed the African community. His big example is this is my view. This is a view of, and I agree with him. He says somebody like I'm sorry, I'm going to say names like Sexy B, no Sexy Red, who is one of our African heroes among African Americans, key people here in Africa, have views about him. This my friend's view about this lady is this: that you go to high school, you go to middle school, everybody talk about sexy bees, sexy bees, sexy bees. All she does is raw. People don't kill me, but I watch a few videos. I tend to agree with this guy because all she talk about dancing naked and use the microphone and make things like sex, make it part of culture. It's not really naked, but I've seen one video where she take the mic and put in front of her pelvis and was dancing like that. It's very up. That's the point is not that she can do that, but people are watching this. 5-year-olds are watching her dance. 4-year-olds are watching her dance. So I'm not saying what she's doing is great, but should be limited to the adult population. But now you go to middle school, you see 5-year-old girls, 10-year-old girls singing her songs and watching her dance naked and things like that. That creates a culture of disinhibition about sexual activity. I don't think that should be right.
No,
And
it's not right. It shouldn't be right. Yes,
when she
decency should
does
not.
that, the
Yeah.
African American girls think it's normal, see them as a hero. So the negative has a negative impact. So her videos should be limited to the adult population, not for minors. I just say a woman who's her 5-year-old was dancing like her. She can't believe her daughter dancing like sexy red. So she can do that in any place, but so it has destroyed the young people in that they have unlimited exposure to sexually explicit sin and things that destroy their mind, and that's not good. I rest my case.
And many people blame politicians, but politicians cannot do anything because social media is not legislated. It's of what people do or say. So it is very, very difficult for us to legislate social media, but we can do it if all countries, all communities agree that decency should be respected for whatever else.
Right. So we are at the 4:45 time of the day, and this is going to be a short show because it is Mother's Day, and some of us are still trying to celebrate. We've had to have our families put our celebrations on hold because we want to be here for you. So we're going to move right on into having our anthem. We're going to come back with our topic for next week and our announcements. And we're going to let Mother's Day continue to be Mother's Day. So at this time, if you need to go get a quick drink, grab that drink, check that food that you're cooking, be right back, and we'll see you on the other side of the anthem.
Thank you.
Oh, Africa. Oh, no. Africans, Africans for Africa. 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 Africans have many bright ideas. If only you let us share. If you really want to know my history, please come, sit down, listen to my story. God gave us a wisdom. He guides our footsteps, makes us shine and transform. Hey, as one people, with so many cultures, yet indeed we are one. Stand up, Africans, let's save Africa. Let us all unite behind AfricaOnline Media Corporation. Stand up, Africans, let's save Africa. It's time to come together, promote awareness, progress, and solution. Hey, Africans, Africans for Africa. Africans, Africans for Africa. Africans, Africans for Africa. All Africans can rally for a common cause, to believe without judgment in what our brother does, to identify and resolve our challenges, to allow each other's ideas without regard to standards. As one people with so many cultures, yes indeed we are one. Stand up, Africans, for Africa. Let us solve all the problems plaguing our continent. Stand up, Africans, let's save Africa. Let us empower Africans in and out of Africa. Stand up, Africans, for Africa. AfricaOnline Media Corporation, that's a good way to start. Stand up, Africans, let's save Africa. They have all the resources we need to benefit our society. Oh. Education for everyone. If we believe prosperity for Africans. If we believe medical facilitation for Africans. If we believe stand up, Africa, yes, for Africa. AfricaOnline Media Corporation, that's a good way to start. Stand up, Africans, let's save Africa. Africa is a cradle of civilization. enslaved not because we were weak, but because of our hospitality. Stand up, Africans. Let's sing Africa. Jump on the AfricaOnline miracle jet. Don't be left behind. Stand up, Africans, for Africa. Together we shall succeed. Together we will win. Stand up, Africans. Let's sing Africa. We are writing our own story, the truth, and we shall tell it to the world. Stand up, Africans, for Africa. No more lies. Africans own Africa.
No more lies. Africans own Africa. But we here in the diaspora are here to help you. We can't go into your country, to your continent, and do anything that we want, but we can partner with you. And speaking of partnering, we can partner in our Operation Borehole 55. See, we want to be able to put a borehole in every country on the continent of Africa. We've planted our first borehole in Sierra Leone, but now there are now 54 more countries that need a borehole in a government-approved medical facility where there is no running water, let alone clean water. Instruments are not being utilized. Instruments that are being utilized are not being cleaned. And we want to be able to put boreholes in these countries at these medical facilities that not only benefit the clinic, it also will benefit the community as well. In Sierra Leone, I understand our borehole is now facilitating fresh, clean, running water to over 6,000 households in Sierra Leone, as well as the clinic in which it was planted. So please, sir, please, ma'am, we need your help to be able to put boreholes and to help our sons and our daughters, help our brothers and our sisters to have clean running water. Dysentery will disappear when there is clean running water. Infections, women dying while they're giving birth from infections will cease if there was clean running water. So would you consider making a donation to africasbrainbank.org? You will find a link there to donate, and it can go directly to our borehole. Our next countries are Kenya and Cameroon. The need is great, and we can't do it, as I said, without you. Please consider making a donation of any amount towards our boreholes. Now, we're not taking any of that money and going to Africa to survey the land ourselves. We have engineers and people on the ground. We have boots on the ground in every country that we will be operating in that are taking care of that. So all of your donation goes toward the borehole project. And for the rest of our announcements, our next week's topic, Professor Neasang, Reverend Pam.
Reverend Pam.
Yeah, next week, thank you, Ambassador Lisa. Next week, we are going to be discussing the E in STEW, and that stands for energy and electricity.
Energy and electricity. So we've done a T already?
No,
Yeah,
not yet.
We did
Not
W
yet.
first. We did W first. We did S today.
Oh, okay.
We haven't done T yet.
Yeah, we haven't done T.
Okay, cool. And T is telecommunication and technology?
And transportation.
Transportation.
Telecommunication and transportation.
Yes.
Okay. But next week, we're going to be talking about the E, which is
energy and electricity.
Energy and electricity.
Yes.
Okay, got it. So, in addition to our Operation Borehole, Africa's Brain Bank, our sister organization to AfricaOnline Media Corporation, will be hosting its 7th annual summit and gala fundraiser on the beautiful continent in the beautiful country of Ghana. And we need you to come along and be a part of that. There is a Power Pack weekend. Go to Africa's Brain Bank and you will find the link for the upcoming summit and gala. Get your tickets, get there, It's time. It's time. It's time. And we love to see you there. We had an amazing
Yeah,
time last year in New York, and we're expecting a beautiful time in Ghana. Reverend Pam.
yeah, you will be there. Dr. Ogoji is on the panel, so Ghana is gonna be at another level.
So all of you who only see us online in these little square boxes and you want to meet us in person, not that we're the great big celebrities, but we are the people who come to you every week and share with you content that benefits you on the continent and those of us in diaspora. Come on, meet us in Ghana. Have a good time. If you've always wanted to go, never been, now is the time.
Now is the time. So please join us and make sure that you make it happen. We will make it happen from our own end, make it happen from your own end by being a participant and maybe sharing an opinion. That said, Dr. Goji, I believe you are still with us. If you are with us, we want to continue the discussion on the social media and Mother's Day. If you have more, well, I think we should be wrapping up the conversation at this point, so that we can go celebrate Mother's Day. So, Dr. Ogoji, your last words on social media and women, and Mother's Day, rather.
I am still with us, please. I'm not going anywhere.
Okay. Thank you.
Anyway, I think, as I said before, social media is a very important part of our life. We have to enjoy it, but with limitation. We should allow it. There should be some type of control. Unfortunately, the government has no control. We should be able to control social media in our own families. I was able to control my social media in my house until my kids all became teenagers when I lost control. But at least then their minds were a little bit more mature that they can do. I can trust them a little bit, not completely, but a little bit.
Yes, you're right.
Yeah. But it's better for them to get exposed to those things when they know what is good and bad than when they are 5-year-old. So let's enjoy the benefit of social media. It brings the world closer. It brings people together. At the same time, let's be cautious and make sure that we can be our own government in our own houses and control what our kids are watching. And hopefully, by the time they get more mature, they can know what is right, what is wrong. Most importantly, we pray because if you know what is good and bad, based on the criteria of the Lord, the guy up there, you should be able to know what is good and bad and make right and reasonable decision for yourself. Because and no matter what we do, we are all men. We started as kids, grown and move on. Our children who want to grow and move on. So let's teach them the way of life, the way of the Lord, the way how they will trust that they will continue to use social media, using the guy up there as a guidance to know what is right and what's wrong, and know what is exposed to other people. And teach them decency because, I mean, trust me, we all know what is right. If you know that, you cannot go out there and send a naked picture of yourself to people, even to your spouses. Don't talk of people, send it to strangers, and that can be to blackmail our children.
Yes.
They make mistake or what they don't know. There's danger out there. Use social media with some type of care, being with some guard. Anything you
Caution.
post and share, you have no control.
Right.
Share is beyond your control. Even if you delete it, it's beyond your control. Thank you.
Thank you, Dr. Ogoji. Ambassador Lisa, your last words. But Dr. Ogoji, let me not leave you alone. I mean, just let you go. You didn't say anything about women. You didn't say anything about mothers.
Oh, I mean,
you didn't wish them well on this day.
Oh, well, that's true.
It's Mother's Day.
Happy Mother's Day to all the women.
Dr. Ogoji makes women happy every day when he delivers their babies safely.
That's right.
So don't pick on Dr. Ogoji.
Well, Lisa, happy Mother's Day to you. Happy Mother's Day to Reverend Pam.
I know. Happy Mother's Day to your wife.
My mom and my wife and my children and my sisters. Trust me, I keep on saying it. Without women, we are not here.
Amen.
So we have to respect women. They are the key. They are the They are the neck of the house, and they control the head. Thank you.
Dr. Goji, I did not mean to put you on the spot, but thank you for coming back and
They
saying
are
that.
the neck and they control the
Yes.
head. I like that.
Ambassador Lisa, Mother's Day, social media, where do you stand?
Yes, I want to wish
Wrap it up.
all our mothers out there a very happy Mother's Day. Whether you are a natural mother, a bonus mother, a stepmother, a foster mother, your auntie, a grandparent, mothering again, we bless you and we thank you for your contribution to what you are doing for society by raising your sons and daughters to be good men and women. Social media, guard yourself. Watch yourself. Be mindful of what you're posting, what you're saying. I have a habit of saying some things that are not so nice when I'm angry. And I may type it out, but I never post it. So be mindful that you don't just post the first thing that comes to your mind. Type it out, write it out somewhere, get it off of you, and then say something nice because we are told to that whatever is good and whatever is honest and perfect and beautiful, those are the things we're supposed to think on and share. Don't use social media. Don't use it as an excuse to hide behind your laptop and behind your camera and say any old thing that you want, because those words will come back to bite you in the butt. And as Dr. Agoji said, you cannot take them back. Once it is out there, it is out there, and no one is controlling it, and everyone is out to snatch your information. Be mindful. Make sure that your backgrounds in your homes don't expose your children. Don't expose where you live. They're not telling certain things about you that people who are not so nice will be able to gather information and hurt you. Don't listen to cyberbullying. I just cannot understand, because you can say something negative about me online. I don't have to read it. I don't have to go back and look at it. If I know that you don't like me, I just have to block you. So let's not allow social media to bully us into thinking negative, and especially bully us into suicide. Use it to connect with family. Use it to connect with friends, to meet new people around the world and enjoy the benefits that come with social media. Again, we are here every Sunday from 4 to 5:30 p.m. most times Eastern Standard Time. We are here to share information on the continent and to affect those of you in the diaspora as well. Follow us on social media for Facebook and or YouTube. Watch and enjoy our replays, especially go over and look up Operation Borehole 55 and see what countries need, and then consider sowing a donation. Thank you. Look forward to seeing you again next week. To my co-host, Professor Niasan.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much, and welcome back again.
Thank you.
Your Highness, it is your turn to give your last word and to wrap us.
Well, Ambassador Lisa, it's good to have you back safely. Happy Mother's Day once more. Dr. Goji and Nelson, happy Mother's Day to your beloved wife. I want to wish all our viewers happy Mother's Day. And social media has transformed our lives, made us interconnected with people we don't know, people we will never meet. But we just want to encourage everyone to exercise discipline and social media etiquette when they're using social media. If you are on the WhatsApp group with a lot of people, you may have access to their cell phone numbers. That doesn't mean you should access them or reach out to them without asking permission from the host. So those are lines, thin lines that get crossed all the time. You get people, and then there are other people that just add you to a WhatsApp group without even asking you. Thank God there are some settings in the WhatsApp itself where you can prevent people from doing that. I had to do that when I found myself being added to groups randomly, groups that I didn't even know about. And for those of you who spend your time scamming people, hacking people, we ask you to put that time into coming up with solutions to global problems like health issues, lack of water, how to convert the salt water or even fresh water into potable water. Put that energy, because you definitely have the gift, but you are using it to destroy people. And again, once more, happy Mother's Day to everybody, and we'll see you next Sunday as we discuss energy and electricity. Bye.
Thank you very much. Happy Mother's Day again. And please don't let social media lead you into forgetting that our mothers nurtured us, they pampered us, they accepted our tantrums willfully with a smile. Thank you all very much, and see you next Sunday. Energy